Most people think the backrooms are just endless yellow hallways, but those are only the beginning. Hidden behind ordinary doors are places that shouldn't exist anywhere in the universe. Rooms where the laws of physics simply stop making sense. Today, we're opening 10 of those doors. Just remember one thing: once you enter, there may not be another exit. The first door leads into a perfectly white room. Nothing seems unusual until you look up. Floating silently above the floor is a miniature sun. Its surface constantly erupts with massive solar flares. Yet the room isn't hot. The walls remain cold. The floor never melts. It's as if the room allows the sun's light to exist, but refuses to let its heat escape. The strangest part is that the sun never moves. There is no sunrise, no sunset, only endless daylight. Stay here long enough, and your mind slowly loses all sense of time. Some visitors claim they begin seeing people walking across the sun's surface, whether they're hallucinations or something else. Nobody knows. Now, let's leave before we lose track of time ourselves, because the next room is much darker. This room is completely silent. No lights, no reflections, only a black sphere floating in the center. It looks no larger than a basketball, but the space around it bends. Light curves toward it. Dust slowly spirals into it. Anything thrown inside simply vanishes. Not destroyed, not crushed, just gone. Nobody has ever heard it make a sound until you stand close enough. Then you begin hearing whispers, not echoes, not your imagination. Voices speaking from somewhere beyond the darkness. And somehow, every visitor hears a different voice. Let's keep moving, because the next room completely ignores gravity. The floor is dry concrete, but above your head, an endless ocean stretches across the ceiling. Schools of fish swim overhead. Whales slowly pass by. Even abandoned ships drift through the water. Somehow, gravity only affects the ocean, not you. Every now and then, something enormous appears deep within the water. Too large to identify. It stops, turns toward the floor, and remains perfectly still, as though it has noticed you. This is usually the moment people decide to leave. Unfortunately, the next room is even stranger. The next door opens into what looks like an ordinary apartment, until you step inside. The ceiling is hundreds of meters above you. A dining table is the size of a football stadium. A coffee mug is larger than a house. Every object is perfectly normal, just impossibly large. At first, it feels abandoned. Then you notice something. Fresh footprints in the dust. Each one is nearly 10 meters long. They lead deeper into the apartment, but they never lead back. Every few minutes, the entire room shakes. Not like an earthquake, like someone has taken a single step somewhere far above. Nobody has ever seen what lives here, but judging by the size of the furniture, you probably don't want to. Let's keep moving, because the next room isn't empty. At least, it doesn't stay empty. The lights flicker overhead. Wheelchairs stand abandoned in the hallways. Patient rooms stretch endlessly in every direction. Every hospital bed is empty, but every heart monitor is still running. One after another, all showing healthy heartbeats. The problem is, there are no patients. The farther you walk, the stranger it becomes. An operating room suddenly lights up. Surgical tools begin moving on their own. Monitors switch on. Machines start beeping, as though an invisible team has just begun surgery. Then you look at the operating table. It's empty. At least, it was, because if you keep watching, a human figure slowly begins to appear. Not walking in, not placed there, simply forming. Most people don't wait to see what happens next. Neither should we. The next room is completely silent. Thousands of mirrors rise from the ground like trees. Their reflections stretch endlessly in every direction. At first, everything seems normal. Every mirror reflects you perfectly, until you stop moving, and your reflection doesn't. It blinks, smiles, tilts its head, then slowly walks away, while you remain standing exactly where you are. No matter which mirror you look into, the reflections eventually stop copying you. Instead, they begin watching you. And if one of them ever waves, don't wave back. Because when explorers return to this room, they sometimes discover one extra reflection, standing between the mirrors, waiting for someone who hasn't arrived yet. The next door leads into an endless library. Shelves disappear into the darkness. Every book has a name on its cover, not the title of a story, the name of a person. Open any book, and you don't read it. You remember it. A complete lifetime fills your mind. Their childhood, their happiest moment, their greatest regret, their final breath. Then it ends. Some books belong to people who lived centuries ago. Others belong to people alive today. But the strangest shelves are still untouched. Books with names that don't exist. Yet, whoever those people are, their lives have already been written. The final page of every book remains blank, as if the Backrooms themselves are still waiting to see how each story ends. Let's move on, because the next room isn't empty. It's simply waiting for night. The next door opens onto an entire city. Skyscrapers, traffic lights, apartments, restaurants, everything looks normal. Except there isn't a single person. Cars remain parked. Food sits untouched on tables. Televisions continue playing, as if everyone vanished only moments ago. During the day, the city is completely silent, but at exactly midnight, everything changes. Footsteps echo through empty streets. Apartment lights switch on. Elevators begin moving. Doors open. Laughter drifts through the buildings. The city comes alive. Yet every street remains empty. You hear thousands of people. You never see one. Veteran explorers follow one rule: never be outside after midnight. Because every morning, new footprints appear beside the old ones. No one knows who made them. The final room is unlike anything we've seen before. The walls are covered with thousands of enormous translucent eggs. Inside each one, something is growing. Some creatures resemble insects. Others resemble animals. Some almost look human. Many don't resemble anything that should exist. Every egg carries a label. Not a name, not a species, only a date. At first, nobody understands what the dates mean. Until they return the next day. One egg is empty. Its shell is untouched. Nothing is broken. Whatever was inside is gone. The following day, another egg is empty. Then another. Then another. No one knows where the creatures go. No one knows how many have already hatched. But one thing becomes painfully clear. The Backrooms aren't creating these creatures. They're raising them. Only one door remains. The one every explorer spends their life searching for. The exit room. And what lies behind it is far more terrifying than being trapped forever. After years of searching, explorers finally find it. An ordinary wooden door. No strange markings, no warning signs. Just a simple door. When they open it, they see home. Blue sky, trees, cities, cars, people. It looks exactly like Earth. For a moment, nobody moves. Then they run. Some collapse to their knees, others cry, some laugh. After years inside the back rooms, they've finally escaped. Or so they think. One explorer notices something strange. The sun looks slightly larger. The moon has unfamiliar craters. The stars don't match Earth's night sky. Everything looks normal, but only almost. As the group hesitates, the front door of a nearby house slowly opens. A man walks outside. He smiles, looks directly at them, and asks, "Did another group escape?" The explorers freeze. How could he know where they came from? Then more people step outside, all smiling, all staring. None of them look surprised, as if they've been expecting this moment. One of them quietly says, "Don't worry, you'll get used to this world." At that moment, the explorers realize something horrifying. This isn't Earth. It's another reality, one that has received visitors from the backrooms before, perhaps hundreds of times, perhaps thousands. And if this isn't Earth, then where did all those previous explorers come from? Suddenly, the backrooms no longer feel like a prison. They feel like a doorway, a place connecting countless different realities. Every hallway, every room, every impossible world, just another stop between universes. And maybe, somewhere out there, someone has just opened a door into ours.